Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hello, streamer. So let's talk about this. All right, what is this? Guys, what I want to do here is we'll just do a little bit of a stream warm up here. Like I titled us in science and technology, and then we'll figure out what we want to do here. So let's get started. I mean, I figure we could just kind of chill and talk about whatever, you know. Start off with a little Little talk show sort of thing. Goalie, what's this? Kind of basically make this segment for
Discovery, go at throttle up.
anything that's just stuff going on, not necessarily space news. So let's see. Let's see. What is this? Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay. It's a little dangerous to bank that close to the ground, but whatever. He had the airspeed to do it. That's pretty cool, man. Look at that thing. We'll talk about the iSpace news. Yeah. Zombie with the 7-month resub. Insert really smart space fact. Here. I got a space fact for you. Slick 2 at Vandenberg Air Force Base before Firefly Aerospace took it over had one of the oldest service structures in the entire space program. It was before Firefly took it over. It was a Delta. It was a Delta 2 launch pad, and the mobile service structure, not the fixed. It was the mobile service structure for Slick 2 actually could trace its roots back to the Apollo program. It was used as the Little Joe 2 launcher out at White Sands, and they took it apart, reassembled it at Vandenberg, and converted it for Delta. Even more fun fact, that launch structure that was used for Little Joe 2 is actually a converted oil rig. Oil derrick. Yep. There's your fun fact for the day. How's that for a fun fact, Zombie? Are you having fun yet? It's a little ballsy. It's a little ballsy, but cool. I mean, hey, looks all right to me. I mean, it's clearly not. Like, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't do that. Like, something. I don't know enough about airplanes, but I know enough about airplanes to know that probably made somebody angry. I'll nod and agree, not a clue what you meant, but it sounds impressive. Okay, here, real quick. Little Joe 2. LJ-2 was the rocket that they used for Apollo's in-flight abort test. Little Joe 2 is literally a bunch of solid rocket boosters just kind of clustered together. Pretty fun little rocket. It's technically in the Saturn family of rockets because it shares a common interface with the Saturn 1 and the Saturn 5, technically. So Little Joe 2 was the smallest of all the Saturn rockets. LJ-2, Saturn 1, Saturn 1B, Saturn 5. All right? So, check this out. Little Joe 2 has a fixed service structure, but it also had a mobile service tower as well. I'm trying to see if we can find a picture of it. There it is, right there. See that? There it is. There's the fixed service structure. And see this red and white thing? That's the mobile service structure. It's a bridge crane that was literally bought from the oil industry. This thing was used to build oil derricks or something, and they converted it with service structures for this, right? Now, check this out. Slick 2, which is the launch pad at Vandenberg, that was used to launch Delta 2s for a really long time, and then if Firefly owns it now, or Firefly leased it. See that service structure right there? Same structure. Extended, but it's the same structure. See? The bridge crane on the top is the dead giveaway. It's the same structure. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Delta 2 service structure at Vandenberg was literally using a converted Little Joe 2 mobile service structure that's converted from an oil platform. Yep. There's your fun fact for the day. Is it painted like a lighthouse so it doesn't blend into the surroundings? Most tall structures in the U.S. that aren't buildings, Zombie, are painted red and white like that. Yeah, antennas, anything that's basically not a skyscraper. Mostly antennas Antennas, surface structures, most of them are painted like that. Yep. See? Same structure. These pictures were probably taken, I don't know, about 50 years apart. Have you tried looking into Occupy Mars? No, I have not. Yeah, but there's your space fun fact for the day. Okay. Whoa. Is that Renton? I'm confused. Is that Renton? Where is this? Maybe not. I don't know. I hate flying. This makes me hate it even more. Buenos Aires? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about, like, planes to know if this is good or not, but I know enough about planes to know that it probably pissed somebody off. Maybe. Have you seen the latest Cleater video? No, I haven't. I haven't been watching much YouTube lately, dude. I just, yeah, I haven't had the time, man. So, Hakuto R had a report here. They play with monopropellant? Oh. You should use nitromethane, 200 horsepower gains on an NA motor. iSpace announces the results for the Hakuto R mission. Hakuto R was a failed lunar lander that crashed onto the surface of the moon a couple weeks ago. I'd speculated that it ran out of fuel. And then I think, what did we say? We said something went weird with the guidance system, right? Because of that slew that I was talking about. Let's see. Let's check it out. Someone bet the pilot he couldn't turn the hour-long flight into a 30-minute flight. Yeah. iSpace Incorporated, a global lunar exploration company, announced today that it has reviewed and completed the analysis of flight data from its Hakuto R mission. From its Hakuto R Mission 1 landing sequence on April 26th. The data was obtained by operations specialists at iSpace Mission Control Center in Nihonbashi, Tokyo. The analysis reveals that the lander fully completed the entire planned deceleration process, slowing to the target speed of less than 1 meter a second in a vertical position and at an altitude of approximately 5 kilometers above the lunar surface. Guidance. Yeah, guidance.
Discovery.
Oh, so it did soft land. We were kind of right. All right. The missile did not know where it was. Although the lander did not complete a soft landing, the cause has been identified and improvements are being incorporated into Mission 2 and Mission 3. What's up, Grav? How you doing? Grav, is it... Okay, real quick. Isn't it ironic that we had that conversation about being patient yesterday? And indeed, like 3 or 4 hours later, I lost my patience on stream. It happens, man. Dude, that's poetic. You can't make that stuff up. It's weird, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I usually don't let it bother me. Proceeds to have it bother me. Dude, I haven't let anything on stream get under my skin in freaking months. Like, months. I'm just like, man. All right. Dude, what the frick? It's so strange. GrabShark and I had a conversation about streaming before yesterday's stream about how you got to stay patient with viewers and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you know, you just got to be patient. Don't let it bother you. And I hadn't let anything bother me for a really long time. And then someone in chat proceeded to bother me. Weirdest thing. Ruined my entire day. Keep reading. It wasn't entirely a telemetry issue. I didn't say it was a telemetry issue. I said that's guidance. The guidance system did something. It sent something that it shouldn't have. Or it's an incorrect parameter. I mean, either one. How's the Dairy Queen? It was alright. Stress, plus you were Prime, maybe? You just done those long streams? Probably that. I don't know. I'm good now. Get a good night's sleep. We're good to go. Let's roll. I mean, apologies. I don't, dude, one thing I really don't like doing is airing my personal baggage out on stream. I try to stay kind of to myself because I think it's, I get it. People are here for me. I understand that, but it should be about space and it should be about the content that I provide. Dude, no one wants to hear about my problems. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to come into some Twitch streamer that's pretty dang successful, that does this for a living, and hear about how, oh, I have such a hard job, I play video games. Like, I get it. I'll vent to the wall off stream, okay? I'll vent to the wall. I'll go yell at the wall or something. A shrink does, but only because they get paid to hear. Yeah, see? A shrink does. That costs me money, though. Venting to Brimo Tesla does not cost me anything. And it brings you closer to your wife. That don't cost nothing. Just saying. Bilbo, Delta lost all your baggage. Can't be more happy about being unable to air my baggage publicly now. Well, they did it for you. All right, let's roll. April 26, 2023, Japan Standard Time. The lander began the descent sequence from an altitude of approximately 100 kilometers above the lunar surface. At the end of the planned landing sequence, it approached the lunar surface at a speed of less than 1 meter a second. The operation was confirmed to have been in accordance with expectations until about 1:43 a.m., which was the scheduled landing time. During the period of descent, an unexpected behavior occurred with the lander's altitude measurement. While the lander estimated its own altitude to be 0, or on the lunar surface, it was later determined to be at an altitude of approximately 5 kilometers off the lunar surface. After reaching the scheduled landing time, the lander continued to descend at a low speed until the propulsion system ran out of fuel. At that time, the controlled descent of the lander ceased and is believed to have free fallen to the moon's surface. Oof. Ran out of fuel. The most likely reason for the lander's incorrect altitude estimation was that the software did not perform as expected. Based on the review of the flight data, it was observed that as the lander was navigating to the planned landing site, the altitude measured by the onboard sensors rose sharply when it passed over a large cliff, approximately 3 kilometers in elevation on the lunar surface, which was determined to be the rim of a crater. Whoops. According to the analysis of the flight data, a larger than expected discrepancy occurred between the measured altitude value and the estimated altitude value set in advance. The onboard software determined in error that the cause of this discrepancy was an abnormal value reported by the sensor, and thereafter the altitude data measured by the sensor was intercepted. This filter function, designed to reject an altitude measurement from having a large gap from the lander's estimation, was included as a robust measure to maintain stable operation of the lander in the event of a hardware issue, including incorrect altitude measurement by the sensor. One major contributing factor to this design issue was the decision to modify the landing site after the critical design review. Guys. 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 Guys! Oh. This modification influenced the verification and validation plan despite numerous landing simulations carried out before the landing. iSpace, as the mission operator, maintained the overall program management responsibility and took into account the modifications in its overall analysis related to completing a successful mission. Apparently you didn't. Okay, well, let's see. It was determined that prior simulations of the landing sequence did not adequately incorporate the lunar environment on the navigation route, resulting in the software misjudging the lander's altitude on final approach. Analysis reveals that the cause of the lander's failure to make a soft landing was due to the software, especially in phase just prior to landing. This information will be incorporated into software design, as well as upgrades and expansion of the scope of preparatory simulations of the landing sequence for our future missions, including 2 and 3, to improve accuracy of landing sequences. Well, of course it's not going to land right if you decide after the thing is built that it's going to land somewhere else. You don't build a seaplane and then try to land it on a runway. Dudes! Oh, you had it! Oh, that's so frustrating. Dude. Oh, man. You had it. They almost nailed it. They would have nailed it on the first shot. That's so frustrating, dude. Oh, man, I can't even imagine. That's a real gut punch, man. Wow. That's yeah, I'd be looking into as to why you wanted to change the landing site. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, Dak, it's like watching the Bruins implode again, man. Yep, that was a rare cell phone. Yep. It's like watching the Bruins choke, dude. Oh. Damn. Pretty much full. So, okay, in spacecraft systems engineering, all right, there's a point called the critical design review, okay? The critical design review, and after you pass the critical design review, it's basically finalizing the blueprints for the whole mission. That is everything down to how the spacecraft's going to be built, like where the fuel tanks are, everything from like the architecture of the spacecraft to the architecture of the mission. Don't change anything after that. Yeah, that's like building a house, right? And getting plans for a house, right? And you follow the blueprints and you say, oh, I want a 3rd floor instead of just 2 floors. So let's add a 3rd floor. That never ends well, ever. That's basically what happened here. So don't get me wrong. It looks like they tried to fix it, but at the end of the day, that change in landing site screwed with the software enough to make it think it was a lot higher. It was a lot lower than it actually was. Yeah, Dak, I know. Playoff hockey is different than regular season hockey, and we found that out. But hey, I can take solace in the fact that the team that beat us is actually doing quite well. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like here's the thing. It's the first flight. You'll get it. You'll get it next time. They will get it next time. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Cool. Crazy. Guidance systems, man. The School of Hard Knocks has a very expensive tuition, but it's generally pretty successful at teaching. Yep. Like I said, sometimes you exchange... Sometimes when you're learning, you exchange your pride for learning something. You know, for learning something new. That's just kind of how it be. Just kind of how it be. The lander checked with ChatGPT once it detected an issue. ChatGPT asked it to marry. Wait, what?
Vetted by SpaceX for...
Someone used a clip. What is this? Someone used a clip from my Starship Hubble animation in their video. Not sure how I feel about it, but at least he gave credit.
Been vetted by SpaceX for a potential future Starship launch. Depositing payloads and reclaiming others in orbit is an added perk to Starship's slated goal, which is ferrying cargo and eventually crews.
Huh. See, Lenprod, this is the precise reason why I usually check with people before I go around sharing stuff. You know how, like, for the longest time with, like, Tim's videos, I never asked him. And then, you know, we finally talked about it, and he's like, yeah, you can share small bits of it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm like, okay, cool. But I won't do it out of respect, because you see, it's like, that's cool, you used it in a video, but really wish you'd asked, right? Hey, some people have said no to Slider, and I'm not gonna say who. It's not anybody's business, you know? Right? Hey, it is what it is, man. Here's what it be. Blue, I actually talked to him and his buddies, like, in Amsterdam. I could show, I can't show, like, he's like, dude, don't show the entire video. I'm like, yeah, that's, dude, totally understand that. He's like, but yeah, you could show some stuff. It's all good. I'm like, all right. So we can show clips, and I'm like, dude, thank you. Like, I know. See, Tim's very protective of his content, as he should be. So is NASA spaceflight. So is everybody is, like, because, dude, it's so easy for people to just be like, yeah, I'm using that, you know. So I try to be very careful about that. Protect your intellectual property or you lose it. Pretty much. Yep. The important part is that permission was sought and the answer was respected in that case. Absolutely, Buck. Yep. If, you know, most of the photographers, like, don't get me wrong, sometimes people just say, here, check this out, and I put it up on stream, and it's somebody that I haven't asked, right? In which case, I usually say, I don't know this person, or something like that. You've probably heard me say, oh, I don't know this guy, but yeah, this is really cool, and then I quickly move to the next thing. You know, but, like, John Krause or something, or any of NASA spaceflight stuff, like, we can, yeah, we're good with that stuff, you know? Like, the NASA spaceflight stuff has always been good. That's always been fine. I've always been good with them, you know. But yeah, if it's somebody that I'm not sure about, I usually just say, "Oh, that's cool," and then go to the next thing, you know. Because yeah, I don't. It's weird, man. Like if they go and see it, it's like, "Oh, EJ used my clip. Really wish you would have asked me." Like I don't want to put people in that position. That's not okay. Tessa, good news for me today. I won 70 pounds from my daily free spin from Sky, and for the 10.4 terabyte SAS drives I bought yesterday arrived. Nice. You never gave that person permission. Oh, but they gave you credit and they paid for you an exposure. Like, that's why I made it a big deal when Trevor Malman, who's another launch photographer, I didn't make a big deal out of it, but I made it a thing to tell you. Yeah, he wanted to take pictures for Ars Technica, and he basically had been doing that for free, and they refused to pay him. So he said, "Bye," as you should have. You know, buying a pretty hardcore camera and then knowing about how to take the right pictures and how to set remotes and drive, you know, flying to Florida and stuff. That stuff gets expensive. You know, oh, I paid an exposure. Oh, okay. Yeah. Crab Shark, for real. Charlie, what's the deal with the water-cooled steel plate that they're going to install under the SpaceX launch pad? Is that likely to work and prevent the issues they had last time? Yeah. Yeah, Charlie, it should do it. It really depends on how much water you can flow. That really has a lot to do with it. It's how much water can you flow in that thing. The more water water is really, really, really good at absorbing heat. That's why we use it in power plants to turn turbines, like steam turbine, right? Water is insanely good at it. If they can deliver enough water fast enough, yeah, it should be fine. Steel plate wouldn't melt. I actually overdo it, man. Yeah, hydrolocking a rocket engine, Hellfish. I'm sure that's good for it. I'm sure that'll end real good now. Hey, Alucard. May flow combustion cycle be with you. Danke. Why don't they do a flame trench? Water table issues? It can't really dig down too much, Dak. And honestly, the plate in a sound suppressor, or no, this would be a pad deluge system technically. Yeah, that's simpler to make. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were trying for no flame trench for a little while, but and also they can't really dig down. They're right next to the beach. That's why 39A and 39B are built on these crazy high, like, pyramid structures, right? Because they needed the room for the flame trench. You can't dig down in Florida, and you can't dig down in South Texas either. You're too close. The water table's too high. In fact, we saw that the water table was too high with the crater that Super Heavy left. There was water in it. That's funny to me. Probably not others, though. You know? I think that's kind of funny. Well, there's the water table. You found it. All right. Guys, how do you feel about maybe working on the interior for the truck today? They have pumps there running 24/7 to keep the water out. Yep. Yep. Nodders, let's go. Okay. Cool. The gout. Yeah. Did you ever shim the doors? I've shimmed one of the doors. The passenger side one is pretty close. I got to get the striker right. I'm not very good at that. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. on. Let me just check. Let's check this here. Batter 8, yeah. That should be tonight. It looks like eBay for rockets. And then GSLV, NVSO1. Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Will you stream the Fregat M Condor FKA? Probably not. They, Russia really doesn't stream many of their launches unless it's a NASA launch, as of late. No idea why. It's very weird. I can't think of any one particular reason why. Anyway. Hey, Noswolf, what's going on? Just finished adulting. Nice. Okay, what are we going on for next week? Monday, that's not going to be streamed. Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, cool. We got 2 Starlinks next week. Very nice. All right, dudes. Yeah, I wanted to see if we can kind of mess with the interior. Or, I mean, we could play games, too. It's... Howdy, is today going better than yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just tired. Just tired. But I'll be okay. Get a good cup of coffee. I mean, we'll be fine. Timberborn? Well, you could do Timberborn and then work on the truck. I mean, because we got a lot of time. We should be going all the way to Batter 8. You sound happier today. Good to hear. Aborve, I just had a bad day, dude. Yeah. Because you had a bad day. Yeah. We could do truck streams. We could do Timberborn. We could do a bunch of stuff. How about this? Well, no. Let me think. Oh, so much fun stuff. Dang it. Whatever you're feeling. If you start with Timberboard, I doubt you'll stop for the truck. You know me a little too well. Don't focus on this and drag it back to the present. I mean, Aqualux, I think getting beamed off the head may have had something to do with it. Had a little bit of brain fog lately. Don't worry, not concussed or anything, but definitely was harder to think about stuff yesterday, and I definitely didn't have my usual patience with people. Like, now I'm starting to think those long streams coupled with getting beamed off the head, coupled with not getting much sleep, kind of. Oh man, when you say it like that, yeah, that okay, all right. Well, hey, at least I know, you know. Jeez. Jeez, Aborve, all right. Beamed off the head. Yeah, yeah, zombie, that's the slang term. Yeah, I got hit in the face with a drive shaft. I was putting the drive shaft in the truck, slipped out of my hand, and I usually don't get like directly under things that I'm lifting, but because I had to rotate the drive shaft to get it into position, I rotated it, slipped out of my hand, and fell to the side and hit me right off the head. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that didn't screw with that. That probably knocked a screw loose or something. Yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. Why'd you do that? I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I got the drive shaft in, but yeah, no, that probably had something to do with it. No, you fought Mike Tyson. Yeah. Right. Your skull is not a hammer. Yeah, you know what? You're right. So now you have 2 screws loose? Oh, we're way past 2, man. Probably 3, maybe 4.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
This is fine. Okay. Well, glad you're okay-ish. Yeah. Yeah, usually when you get beamed up, like, when you get hit in the face, you should probably, like, take it easy, and I pretty much did the opposite of that, so... Now we know. I mean... Yeah. You've been acting a bit weird since you decided to get bonked. Have I? Oh, God, I hope I didn't break something. Dude, I hope I didn't break something. I'm not talking about the truck either. Oh my God. I mean, dude, I was definitely short with people yesterday. Usually after every stream, while I'm winding down, I kind of sit and contemplate the day. Like, did that stream go well? What could I have done better? I basically audit myself. And dude, yesterday the anxiety was going nuts. I'm like, that was a terrible stream. It was terrible. I didn't play any games. I sat there and rambled about stuff for like 8 hours straight. Dude, it was that's a horrible stream. That's a horrible stream. And then I looked at the numbers and it confirmed that was a terrible stream. I'm like embarrassed for it. I want to get rid of the VOD, but that's not how the internet works, so. Oh, I did get the drive shaft in. Yeah, Naps. We're good, man. And the thing doesn't leak. Yes, you know. You'll be fine. Just reboot and check for updates. Today is day 4 of 7 of my 7-day work week, but at least I have KSP to get you through it. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a new challenge? This week we challenge you to build a space station. Huh. Huh. Ooh. Really? Space station? New KSP challenge. I mean, everybody has days off, EJ. Don't beat yourself up. The drive shaft already took care of you for that. Yeah. Yeah. Build a space station by docking at least 2 Wayfarer habitat modules together in orbit around Kerbin. Secondary. Add a deployable solar panel truss and fuel depot tank to your station. Jeb level. Dock a transfer tug. Hi, Brimo. Dock a transfer tug to your station and send it to orbit another planet. Send a lander to your station that is reusable on the body of the station. It's now on the body. Reusable on the body. The station is now orbiting. Well, they say another planet. Is Mun a planet, Zay? Is the game still a mess? It's a little rough. It's a little rough. Guys, I'm not entirely sure that the game can do all that. I'm not entirely sure. The whole Dres mission, I was like, okay. Yeah, Aqualix, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, yeah, don't get hit in the face and then work 18 hours straight after that. Yeah, that's probably, it's probably not good for you. Truck, you want to spend time outside? You have a habit of making the game go beyond the limits. You can do it. But the beavers... Remo, can I play Timberborn till like 4 or something? Screw the beaver. Screw the beavers. Oh. What are the plans for the Wonderful Friday? We are concocting the plan right now. Feed the beavers. Beavers are fun, but can you have a beaver as a pet? I don't think so. I would. But actually, you know what? Beavers are jerks. Seriously. They're very territorial from what I understand. I think people just like saying beaver. They have nice pelts too. I just searched beavers on Twitter and...
Maple? I hate when you open the fridge. What is it? What is in there that you want? Something special in here? Would you like an apple?
I want one. I want one. I want one. Oh, Bremo made a poll. All right, it's up to you guys. Vote in that poll over there. KSP, truck, beaver, something else. You're not Canadian. You can't. Hey, I'm close enough. Doom, you weren't here for this. I chugged a bottle of maple syrup on stream, okay? And I was bestowed by a random Canadian that watches the stream. Actually, it was Callie, the guy that I raced with on Saturday, and Zonic. They bestowed me honorary Canadian status, okay? And I like hockey, dude. I'm good. I'm in, dude. Powers derived right here. You got those thin little bird lips. See, my man right here's got those big old power lips. Yeah. Beavers are more popular than you thought. I see that's a lot of Timberborn, man. You eat maple butter by spoon on a daily basis? It's a problem, please help. Dead Crew, I told you, I'm rooting for the Panthers. You better win. You better win. At least that will make it so I don't feel as bad about losing to the people that are in the finals. I'm like, oh, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Maple butter isn't actual butter, FYI. Okay, I like your plan until Timberborn, until Ford, and then truck. I mean, Timberborn looks like it's got it in the bag, dude. What's important? Beavers or a happy beaver? Yeah, I'm back to normal, aren't I? Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. Good night's sleep. Does the body good. Yeah, Avalanche fan here. Panthers need to win, right? Yeah, right? Beavers are pulling it out. What? Beaver tails are crazy good. The pastry, not the actual tail. Another Canadian thing. You eat them? Why would you eat them? They're nature's civil engineers. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I'd like to point out that Brevo asked Theater that if it wants beavers. Google beaver tail pastry? You know what, Doom? I'm sure it's really good, but I also don't want that. I have spoken. All right, dudes. So, beavers. Beavers it is. Let's play Timberborn for a little while. You guys should see the reservoir we made.
Discovery, go at throttle up.